And welcome again, guys, to a nice live stream of the garden. It appears that if I were to start recording it, it's that it's not gonna do too well. So I have to that's why my videos have been all short and stuff like that. So I want to give you a little in-depth information on the garden here. So now we get to go through every little type of plant without worrying about time. So over here that we got here is going to be peppers. Please don't mind the noise. The neighbors are, I guess, arguing there. Who knows? Now we have our perennial corn. This is what is said in my packet. So that's what I'm going to go by is perennial corn. These are growing a little bit too... you remember my last video when I planted the perennials out. Alright, so these are doing fantastic over here growing. Especially this one is what I have to transplant pretty soon. Now, I do want to tell you, when you are growing corn, I do want you to know, okay, and this is going to be the best advice that I can always give you. These leaves aren't always going to be, perfect. Due to the fact that there's a lot of worms and grubs, I will be taking a picture on exactly what grubs and worms that I just picked out of here just now. I didn't put it on live stream because I needed full concentration on my corn. But as you can see, look what's coming out. So it is true that you can grow corn pots, and the only thing is that you have to feed them. Okay. Now over here is our cachucha plants. Our cachuchas is the most Puerto Rican and Cuban dish that we're gonna have around here. As you can see, this is a cachucha. I had to pick this out for some because it looked like it's already ready. It has to get a little bit bigger, but these are the Puerto Rican actual cachuchas. These are very pungent peppers that you can find only in Puerto Rico. Same thing with that one over here. Now over here is going to be our okra. Now our okra is showing signs of, like I said, it's not producing fruit. Sorry for the interruptions. There's a lot of people out here. All right. And okay, so this is going to be our okra. Now I am going to teach you guys about NPK, and I'm going to teach you about micro and macronutrients that these plants need to survive. No matter what medium you have, no matter what type of little pot you have, the most important thing is that your foods need to have food. Now, another thing that I came across when I was studying on pot growage. Now, the smaller the pot, the smaller the plant's gonna be. Okay, now if I had plant this on the ground, it can grow forever. Okay, it'll keep growing as tall as you want it, as the whole thing can be. Now, this whole channel is based upon how can you grow in container pots, and what kind of yields do container pots yield. Now, a lot of bean plants, as you can see, these are all green beans, these are all red beans, which we have harvested throughout our videos. Okay, so when the whole thing goes like this one over here, please forgive me for any interruptions. Now these over here are growing very big. Now as you can see, look at the medium I have it in. That is going to be a 25-gallon pot. So if there's a 25 pot for one plant, that one plant is going to utilize 42 gallons, okay, of that soil to breathe. Now sometimes root rot, or not root rot, but root entanglement can occur within some plants because of how small the medium is. Your medium is considered the container. Okay, so now all these are going to be tomatoes. As you can see here, we actually figured out what this is, and this is going to be a little tomato. And as you can see, there's no spider mites because I've eliminated this with half neem oil and half water to dilute, so I could prevent any plants of, and that's my mother right here. Say hi. And that's my beautiful mother. She loves this garden. This is something that she spends her time doing. It's a stress reliever, and I can't urge you guys to go out with your kids, have fun in the garden, eat healthy, grow life, because that's something that everybody desires, especially in this stressful world here that we live in. Now, what we got over here is going to be cucumbers. Now, the cucumbers I went to plant over here. Okay, and they're doing pretty good. I don't know if you remember the transplanting I did. And over here we got the peas. I believe these are going to be peas. I'm not sure yet. I got to wait till they yield. But at the same time, we have white beans. These are going to be green beans, and white beans. So right now, guys, like I said, what's going on right now, I'm doing a GoFundMe page, like I said, and this is not all going to go entirely to me or anything. Right now, what I'm trying to do is feed people. I want to feed people that don't have food. Well, give them a healthy alternative. Let them grow their own foods and eat healthy to survive. All this McDonald's stuff, all this Burger King stuff is killing us by having all this processed foods in your system, GMOs, genetically modified material that, now I'm not knocking off Miracle Grow, or I'm not knocking off people that use pesticides or anything like that. It's all about the curage. You cure the plant, you dry it out, you rinse which is called flush. If you guys, like I said, I'll come out with another video, maybe a live video, because I can stream pretty long. I can go ahead and start going into how to use Miracle Grow, when to use Miracle Grow, when to apply organic matter, or if you're doing an organic type of garden, okay, what to substitute. Bananas, tomatoes, because bananas give us potassium. You got tomatoes that give us acidity, which is pH. You also have to, I did a first video, if you guys didn't realize, I did a video on pH. pH being 7.0, which is the perfect nice spot where fruits can grow and vegetables can grow. Okay, and over here we just harvested, like I said, some of these mixed greens here. We got some cilantro along with onions. You're going to see our carrots here that we planted. Those are going to be nice. They're nice in the deep, and they're only kaleidoscope carrots. And like I said, the whole moral of this episode is to show you that you can grow anything anywhere. The only thing, oh, here's the cilantro. These are all perfect. Broccoli. And you remember, guys? I know you remember my last episode. They're all growing pretty. And like I said, this is the one I chopped up, the one I do on Facebook. I harvest this like maybe five or six times, I'm not sure. But look, it keeps on growing. Same thing with this one, same thing with this one. These are going to be all the peppers. And this baby, I don't know if you remember, this is going to be the basil plant. I took all this off and harvested it for some seeds, everything else, so I could start planting again some basil. And if you're following me on Facebook, that's exactly what I have, those little seeds that are there coming out. So yet again, before I end this video, I do want to cautiously tell you guys, NPK is a vital. Let me tell you something, guys. I'm not stressing this enough. Even if you're an organic grower, the main properties of a plant to grow, and I'm telling you this for a fact. Think of this as an analogy here, or think of this as a example. If you have a newborn child and you do not feed your child nutrients, what happens to your child? And if you guys can give me that answer through your comments, that would be awesome as well before I give this answer. But NPK is the most vital part of a plant to grow, sustain leaves, and have greenery. NPK stands for nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. Without nitrogen, there's no greenery. Without nitrogen, there's no, the arteries are not going to distribute out the minerals to all of its new growth. The phosphorus is what helps with opening up those arteries, strengthening your roots, all the whole shebang. Phosphorus helps with getting rid of your mites, your pests, everything. So you want to make sure you vitalize on your NPKs. I will definitely come out a video with that. You have to feed your plants, guys. As you can see here, this will be one source of It needs food. As you can see, dark veins, that's most likely calcium if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so I'm gonna help regulate that with food. Also, that's showing me a short detailed sign that vegetation mode has glooming mode or blooming mode has occurred. Yes, this is all a science, but as long as it's not really much science, it's look at the earth. Look what the earth is made of. Sulfur. It's made of all these micro minerals like magnesium, manganese, my God, iron, copper, zinc. All these micronutrients play a factor on how the plant takes and absorbs those nutrients and foods that you're trying to really accomplish. Now, like I said, I'll go ahead and emphasize on what type of fertilizers you can use to actually bring out the pungent and the aromatic scent of all and each fruits that you have. Now, another thing I do want to teach you guys on is pollination. The best thing over here, as you can see over here, you see some sunflowers. Those sunflowers are vitally essential for my garden to pollinate each other. So the bees come, they eat the basil, they suck on the basil's little pistils, and they distribute them out amongst my other vegetation, which allows nature to take its course. So these little liquid concentrates that you buy from the store that has an NPK of either 28, 30, which is a high base nitrogen, 30 on phosphorus, 30 on potassium, which is great to prohibit all types of some pests. Also, guys, I do want to show you this. You see these little trackworms here? These trackworms you cannot get rid of except for neem oil. So make sure you follow the guidelines for neem oil. These are these yellow little tiny little larvae that track through your leaves, suck the vital nutrients out of the veins or the arteries from your leaf, thus going into your plant and destroying your whole entire plant. And that's exactly, look how green that is. And that's off of nitrogen itself. So that means it's getting sufficient nitrogen and all that stuff. Everything is a science, but then you let nature take its course. And like I said, I just been showing you my garden. And as you can see from now, I want you to go back to my video now, all right, from the beginning. And I want you to see how this garden was when I first did it. Now look at it sprout now. So my theory, guys, you can always plant vegetative grow and come out with the biggest yields you can. Like I said, so yeah, so this is going to be the in-depth story in how to cultivate and how to nourish and feed your plants. Like I said, I know you remember when I dug those seeds in here, the white beans, chickpeas. I had a couple of cucumbers that I planted here. And like I said, the weather here is just lovely in South Florida. Now, with that being said, look at that. That's beautiful. Look at my microgreens. Guys, we don't have to go to the store no more. You know, we don't have to. Let me tell you one thing. These fruits and vegetables that we grow, they're so much nutritious. Even if you decide to go to a Publix or to another supermarket, you know, buy your fruits that has been traveling 20,000 miles from California or anything. You're growing organic fruit in your backyard. You can have a healthy eating. You can save on a budget. The only thing it takes is a little bit of knowledge and know how to grow. Now, I don't know if you remember the cilantro that we picked a couple of videos ago. Look how beautiful they're going. Again, we're going to have another big harvest of cilantro. We saved ourselves over $20 for cilantro that has been shipped from Mexico or from Lord knows where, you know. So let this episode be, let the family go out, have a family thing with your kids, come out, plant, make some life, and eat healthy. You know, I will definitely come out with some videos on how to properly nutrition your plants, how to irrigate your soil, how to go ahead and condition the soil once you're done harvesting whatever you have to harvest that you have to pull out. Eventually, I might have to pull this basil out. But what I'm trying to do is revive it, so hopefully it can come back to life. But if it doesn't, we'll rip it out and we'll use a new one. So yeah, these are my little, I know you guys remember when these were yellow and white, and that's off of zinc and all that. So I use the CalMag. CalMag is a nice little, nice little not strong concentrate. And these are the rutabagas, as you can see here. I also planted some of the red beans, because some of the red beans that I harvested was was actually growing roots. So most definitely, guys, I'm going to be doing a lot more live streaming here. So if you want to get back at me, I'm definitely going to be fixing this so I can show you how to fix it. So yeah, guys, happy growing, healthy eating. Guys, do subscribe, smash the like button. And like I said, I've done a FundMe page because I am thinking about doing greater things, feeding the neighborhood, get back into something that nobody else is trying to do, and like I said, we got to think more instead of ourselves and for other people that are hungry. I mean, we don't want to waste all this food. Sure as heck, I am not going to eat nothing but salad for the rest of my life, because we're going to be growing a lot of stuff. But I hope that other people in this community will definitely enjoy the cultivism and the horticulture, if I'm saying that correctly, on how to do, or horticulture. My mom is definitely trying. How you say that? Agriculture, whatever, guys. I know you guys are gonna make fun of me on that, but like I said, guys, this is exactly what it looks like. We harvested some of here. They're still gonna keep growing if you keep feeding them. Don't quit on them. They still have new growth. You trim the old growth out so you can have nothing but greenery. They're gonna look like sticks, but as long as you concentrate on the new growth, you will always produce your fruit. And always use a 30-30 phosphorus and potassium, because when they're in their blooming stage already, they don't need nitrogen. So I do want you to remember that for a fact. So once you start producing fruit, you need more phosphorus, more potassium, so the buds or the tomatoes can go ahead and get fat. So guys, this is going to be the backdoor garden. As you can see, we made a lot of progress here, guys. I mean, you guys are awesome for support. Thank you to Publix again, where I live, for supplying me with pots. They believe in this movement, guys. And like I said, if you guys want to smash that like button and give me a subscribe, give me some messages. I want to hear some. I'm always accepting donations as far as pots, dirt, anything in that nature, so like I said, I have a mission here. My mission is to start feeding people with great, fresh type of stuff. I don't know if you guys been hearing about the news. They've been recalling all type of lettuces for salmonella or whatnot, and right now I don't trust this anymore. I think my own way of growing is going to be more safer, and instead of me gambling my life whether if this fruit is good from this store or not. But yet again, thank you so much. My name's Raul Roman, and that's my mother here. She just loves her garden. And definitely shoot me a text through Instant Messenger. If you have any issues with your plants, we can go ahead and diagnose it together. And we could definitely do that. All right, so thank you very much yet again. Yeah, look at all that view, guys. Don't you like that? That's beautiful.